Hey y'all, it's your favorite duck here, Derek the Duck, and today I want to talk to you about the new movie Together. Together, written and directed by Michael Shanks from The Neon. It's the new movie with Dave Franco and Allison Brie. I was able to see a sneak preview of it today um, at the Alamo Draft House. And they gave us these posters, these mini posters. How great is that? I can put them here in my collection. So I'm glad I saw the movie. I had made a posting about it on this channel a few months ago during the kind of scandal that had happened. There was a different team of filmmakers had wanted to sue this movie, saying that they had already made a movie with the exact same concept. In fact, it even included an image of a Spice Girls album at the very end. That's what the lawsuit alleged. I've read a little more into it. I think what actually happened was this screenplay was actually already written before the other movie. At least that's what I think. But the jury's still out. So I'm not really sure who wrote this movie now that I think about it. But I did see it, so I want to tell you a little bit about it. Of course, no spoilers. If you've seen it in the trailers, then I'll mention it. Or if everyone already knows that there's something to do with the Spice Girls, and so I'll mention that too. So when I walked in, of course, at the Alamo Draft House, they always show a pre-show to kind of get you in the appetite, and of course they showed footage of the Spice Girls. So you knew this was going to have something to do with the Spice Girls at some point. But I did see the movie, and I thought it was actually very, very good. I mean, I want to see it again. It was really good. It was really scary. If you like body horror, which I love, parts of it reminded me of like The Substance or The Fly. That was another movie they put in the pre-show at the Alamo Draft House. So you knew it would have something to do with body horror, something monstrous, that sort of thing. And you can tell by that, looking at the trailers or even looking at this poster, how their eyelashes seem to be converging in some strange way. But yeah, this movie was intense, especially for body horror, even for body horror aficionados like me. This movie was intense. There were many times that I, along with others in the audience, just could not fully look at the screen. It was pretty bad. There was a lot of gasping and groaning from the audience, who were just like, "Oh my God, we can't believe we're seeing this right now." So like it was really intense. And whoever wrote the screenplay, like I said, which apparently is at least one of them, is by Michael Shanks. It was very well done. I mean, the pacing went really well. The story was, it had some things that seemed familiar, tropes, but overall, I think it was pretty original, and it was engaging. It was even funny in some parts, and it knew to take some things from the beginning and move them to the end and tie things together. So it worked pretty well. I thought the screenplay was really tight and it was really good. As for the story and the pacing itself, the movie was just sort of relentless. I wanted to go to the restroom, but I just couldn't, because you could already kind of tell at the beginning of each scene that this scene is probably going to be a good one. It was never like a scene where maybe Allison Brie is just gabbing on the phone with her mom, or the town is celebrating somewhere in a tavern and everyone's all happy and everything. Like each scene seemed ominous and like something was going to happen, and you didn't want to leave your seat because you would probably miss it. So I didn't. I just, I sat through the whole thing. It was painful, but I had to, because like I said, the movie was relentless. It just didn't let up at all. There was always something interesting happening, and and it was scary. It was a good horror movie. It was pretty terrifying. Yeah, I thought it was great. I had a big old smile on my face at the end, and I just really enjoyed it. And it's like I said, it's a good horror. It's a little original, not 100%, but enough of it is. And the actors were pretty good too. They were very convincing that they were going through some serious trauma in this movie. And another thing, if you like not just body horror but also body manipulation, if you're into like that movie Suspiria, where that lady's like being thrown around in that famous scene in the dance room, and her body is contorting and all those kinds of weird things. And they showed a little of that too in the pre-show, so you knew there's going to be some contorting, some things that don't really follow the laws of physics, and just overall just some pretty terrifying things that were still to come once you saw the movie. So I saw it, I loved it. It goes nationwide, I think on the 30th or something like that. So today's the 23rd? Yeah, so in about a week. But I highly recommend it if you want to see a good movie. It's also good for like a date movie, something like that. Go check it out. If you're at Alamo Draft House, grab yourself one of the free posters. They're calling it the best horror movie of the year. I'm not sure if it's that, not with other ones like Bring Her Back, and probably some more I'm forgetting. It was definitely better than that other one I had seen the other day. What was that one I saw? It was better than 24 years or decades later or whatever it was called. That one was not so good, but I was glad to see this one. This is a really good one right now to see, and so I recommend it. So yeah, Together, check it out.